solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you very much. Would you state your name?
Judge Roberts.
Mr. Roberts, you heard the plea agreement as was announced by Mr. Lewis. Is that what you understood the plea agreement to be?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how old are you?
30.
How far did you go in school?
12, 14 years.
You can read and write?
Yes.
Okay. And English is your primary language?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of work have you done in the past?
Sales, numerous things.
Now, are you married?
No.
Okay. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've indicated to the court that you wish to enter a plea in case number CF 10-1689 to the charge of second-degree murder. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, and then case number CF 12-1813, you wish to enter a plea to the third-degree felony charge of battery in a jail or detention facility.
Yes.
Okay, now, the second-degree murder charge in the first case is a first-degree felony punishable by up to life imprisonment. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and you understand that part of the plea agreement is a lesser sentence than that?
Yes.
Okay, now, you may be considered for that lesser sentence, and I will go along with the plea agreement, but there also will be court costs in the amount of $418, cost of prosecution in the amount of $100, and then there'll be a public defender fee that was assessed of $50 and an attorney fee of $100. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And was there any restitution that was requested, or did the victims?
I don't believe that was an issue, Judge, for the mere fact that he has no money. He's never.
I understand. I just want to make sure it was on the record. Okay. Now, have you ever been treated, Mr. Roberts, for any mental or emotional disability, or do you now suffer from any mental illness?
I suffer from depression.
Okay, does that prevent you from understanding what's going on here today?
No.
Okay, and you'll let me know if you have any questions about what I'm asking?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you had any alcohol or narcotic drugs in the past 24 hours?
No.
Okay. Now, I want to go over with you again your constitutional rights. You do have a right to remain silent. You cannot be compelled to testify against yourself. Anything that you say about your case can be used against you in court. You do have a right to be represented by an attorney. I know you waived your right to have an attorney, but if you wanted an attorney, I would appoint one to represent you if you desire and if you qualify. You do have a right to have a trial by jury, and at that trial, you have the services of your attorney. You do have the right to confront, that is to see, hear, and cross-examine the witnesses that state might call against you. You would have the ability and the right to call witnesses to testify on your own behalf. You do have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses, in other words. Okay? You also have the right to, require the state, if you do elect to plead not guilty, to prove your guilt beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. Now, did you hear, did you understand those rights?
Yes, I did.
And I know you've heard them before, but do you have any questions about those rights?
No.
Okay. All right, and you're comfortable with your plea to this so far as we go along?
Yes.
Okay, now, has anyone used any force, threats, pressure, or intimidation to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Okay. Other than the plea agreement that was announced by Mr. Lewis, is there any other part of the plea agreement that I need to know about?
No, I would like some time here in the jail to get my affairs in orders before I go to DOC. I'm hoping that you could allow me to stay here for 30 days. You know, I have a visit coming from out of state and some other stuff.
Judge,
I can't promise that, but I'll talk to the jail about that. Okay.
and I told him we didn't have an objection to that either.
Right, I just need to make sure they're okay with that.
Okay.
But I don't have any objection to that. Okay. Anything else about the plea agreement that I need to know?
No.
Okay, and the plea agreement as announced, Mr. Lewis, is what you agreed upon?
Yes.
Okay, and you're satisfied with that?
Yes.
Now, in the past, you've had an attorney, okay? You understand that by entering this plea today, you are giving up your right to appeal all matters except that of an illegal sentence or the circumstances surrounding the entry of this plea?
I do.
Okay. Now, state one profit facts, please.
Yes, sir. Honor between July 6, 2010 and July 11, 2010 here in St. Johns County. Mr. Roberts was staying at Brittany Tavar's residence. An argument ensued when they were there. Mr. Roberts picked up a hammer and with multiple hits to her head, caused multiple trauma to her head, and killed her in between those date ranges, July 6 through July 11, 2010.
Okay, Mr. Roberts, for purposes of this plea, do you have any objections to that proffer?
No.
Okay. Now, do you still believe your plea of no contest to the charge?
I think it was just guilty, Judge.
I'm sorry, you pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in this case, case number CF 10-1689, and your plea of guilty to battery in the jail is in your best interest.
Yes.
Okay, now that battery in the jail charge does have a 5-year maximum prison sentence, which you've agreed to as part of the plea agreement.
Oh, I did not know that, sir.
Okay, but do you have any questions about that? That's going to be
typically
concurrent, it's still going to
mandatory.
be concurrent with the other.
Does that mean I don't get any game time during that time?
No, you
No,
didn't.
no, you will still get your game time. I'm just pointing out that it is a 5-year, 5-year penalty.
Okay, that's fine.
And it will be run concurrent. And you will be getting credit for that as well for your jail time. I just want to make sure I went over that with you.
I forgot to give you the facts of that, Judge. Do you mind if I do that?
That's what I want you to do.
Yes, sir, I apologize.
Okay.
On September 23rd, 2012, in St. Johns County, Mr. Roberts touched or struck Mr. Richard Edsel against his will while they were in the St. Johns County Jail.
All right, and again, Mr. Roberts, for purposes of the plea, do you have any objection to that?
No.
Okay. Now, has anyone used any force, threats, pressure, or intimidation to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Okay. Other than the plea agreement that was announced to me, has anybody made you any promises?
No.
Okay. And you still believe this plea is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions at all about what's happened so far?
No, sir.
Okay. And did you have a chance to look at the score sheet that was prepared?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Roberts, I do find you alert and intelligent. You have understood the nature and the consequences of entering a plea of guilty in both of these cases. And there's a factual basis to sustain your plea. And so I'll accept it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I'll accept your plea of guilty in both these cases.